Hi, it's Kathy with Wordfence. Managing your site security means becoming better informed about the security events happening on your WordPress site. Wordfence has numerous methods of receiving alerts for security events, and today we're going to walk through some of these settings and find out which ones work best for you. Let's get started. From your Wordfence dashboard, head over to Global Options. Head to General Wordfence Options. Here, the second item is where you would like your email alerts to go. You were prompted to set this up when you set up Wordfence, but you can change the email address here. And if you have a team managing your site, you can add addresses here separated by a comma. Alternatively, many users set up an email inbox using filters that receive alerts and then forward alerts to appropriate team members based on the content or the type of alert that you receive. Let's take a look at the types of email alerts that you can receive. Now, when you first get started with Wordfence, you might want to leave more alerts on. If you're turning something off, you want to be aware of what you're turning off and make a conscious decision as to why you're turning that alert off. Leave all of the alerts coming to you just for the first few weeks as a part of the learning process. So under Email Alert Preferences, the first option is to email when Wordfence is automatically updated. If you have set Wordfence to auto-update, especially in production sites with a lot of traffic, it's always a good idea to double check that any automatic update went well and wasn't interrupted somehow. Next, if Wordfence, the plugin, has been deactivated, you'll want to know that Wordfence is not protecting your site. Perhaps another administrator deactivated Wordfence, or there's a problem on your server that caused an issue. Or maybe your site was hacked. Either way, Wordfence isn't protecting your site. We recommend leaving this on. Same with email me if the Wordfence web application firewall is turned off. You'll want to know if the firewall is not able to block attacks because it's been turned off. So receive an alert there. Next, you might want to set alert me with scan results of this severity level or greater. At the very least, we think that you should receive critical and high-level alerts. Now, on our website, we have a list in our help documents of the types of alerts within each severity. We'll leave a link to that in the description box below. Medium and low severity relate to routine plugin and theme updates. If you have processes in place to handle those, you might not want to receive those alerts. Next, an alert when an IP address is blocked. When you're first getting started, it's good to understand when your site is blocking IP addresses because of malicious attacks. But you might not want these long term. This alert might just be telling you that Wordfence is doing its job. Next, alerting when someone is locked out from logging in. Depending on how you're using WordPress, you might want to alert on this or not. Is your site a learning management system? Is it a commerce site where users are logging in often? Or maybe it's a membership site. If so, you might want to be alerted when one of your members, students, or customers is locked out so you can proactively help them get back in. If it's just you, a single author blog, you might not care that someone is locked out from logging in. Again, this is just telling you that Wordfence is doing its job. However, you might want to tune your login security settings to reduce the brute force attacks on your site. Next, Wordfence can alert you when someone is blocked from logging in for using a password found in a breach. Wordfence leverages the data in Have I Been Pwned, a database of passwords that have been exposed in breaches. To protect your site from attack, we block use of any passwords found in a breach. Now, the default setting blocks any administrator account from using those vulnerable passwords. You can change this setting to block anyone with publishing capabilities. Advise your users that if they are blocked, to do a password reset routine and choose a stronger password. We also recommend that you use Wordfence's two-factor authentication to tighten your WordPress login security. A video explaining this is linked in the description box below. Next, You can receive an alert when the lost password form is used for a valid user. If you have a lot of users, depending on the content you've got on your site, you might want to track when someone is choosing a new password, or perhaps their email was breached, and you'll want to follow up to ensure it was actually them resetting the password. If it's just you, you might want to just turn this off. Next, you might want to receive alerts when administrators are signing in. I often receive these notifications that I'm logging into my own WordPress site, but I have a few sites that I manage for friends and family, and it's often good to know when they are logging in so that I can support them. These alerts will tell you the IP address of the person logging in, which is often helpful to know. If you get a successful login from an unexpected location, you'll want to investigate. You can also tighten up these alerts by receiving an alert only when the administrator signs in from a new device or location. This can often be the sign of a compromise, an unexpected administrator sign in from a new location. You'll want to keep this alert and investigate when you receive an email. Next, you might want to receive alerts when a non-administrative user is signing in. Now, this is an alert that can create a lot of noise. If a non-admin user signs into your learning management site with numerous users, you'll receive an alert every single time. When you're just getting started with your site, maybe you'll want an alert that there's membership activity going on as encouragement that people are logging in and consuming your content. Using this alert will be different depending on your particular site's business needs. You can also receive an alert when that user signs in from a new device or location. Now, if you have a large increase attacks detected on your site, you might want to receive this notification. If you're using Wordfence Premium, you'll rarely see these emails that there is an increased attack rate on your site. The real-time blacklist blocks most malicious bots that are attempting to find vulnerabilities on a WordPress site. If you're using Premium, you might want to leave this on. And if you receive an alert like this, let our customer service engineers know so we can help with investigating this attack if it's not coming from a known bot. If you're using Wordfence Free, you will likely see this more often. You might want to turn this off and ensure that you're keeping everything updated in order to protect your site. If you're receiving a lot of alerts, you can set how many alerts, the maximum alerts, to send per hour. 0 here means that unlimited alerts will be sent. Now, if you're using Wordfence Central to manage a number of sites, there are even more ways to tune your security alerts. We'll link a video in the description box below that highlights the alerts that Wordfence Central can send. You can even leverage Slack integrations and SMS alerts in addition to the security alerts by email, expanding the ways that you can route security alerts within your team. We hope this tour of Wordfence alerting helps you understand the types of alerts that Wordfence can send, the cases when you might want to turn alerting off, and some ideas for developing an alert strategy that will prevent alert fatigue and give you actionable data to keep your WordPress installation safe.